My name is Bergen Church, and I have to apologize that my colonial dress hasn't come back from the cleaners yet. But I'll try to get by with this. I was asked to come here tonight because I was one of the founders and the first president of the Hudson County Genealogical Society, formed in October of 2007. So while tonight time doesn't permit for a lengthy discussion about the history of our area, I've been asked to come and offer some glimpses of the history of our area during the 350 years of the existence of the church. Bear with me, I have to figure out how I'm going to make these work. Today it's hard to imagine Hudson County as the edge of the American frontier, but from the time Henry Hudson sailed into New York Bay in 1609 until the founding of the town of Bergen in 1660, that's exactly what it was. During those 51 years, settlers to the area experienced both the rewards and the perils of living in a wilderness filled with rich natural resources and a native people whose culture would often clash with their own.
Give a special presentation. We're going to just divert from the program for a second. We're very honored this evening. The Mayor of Jersey City is here to present his invitation to the church on its 35th anniversary, 350th anniversary. The Mayor's extremely busy, so we asked if it's all right, if he could indulge us to have the Mayor present the citation. Mayor Jerry Healy. Thanks, Bill. Good evening, everyone. It's great to be here in this beautiful old restored building, Hudson County Courthouse, and in the oldest city in the state of New Jersey, Jersey City, and with the oldest church in the state of New Jersey, your church. And this is a citation for the old Bergen Church, of course. It's not just from me and the 9 council people and Councilman Billy Gaughan, it's on behalf of the approximately 250,000 good people of the great city of Jersey City, recognizing, honoring, and thanking the church and the congregation for 350 years of faith and worship. So I'll give this to Reverend John Allen. I read in the program he's called John. Can I call him John? All right. John, I don't know where you are. You want to where? Oh, you're in the back?
It should really be Bill Evans.
Okay. John declines to accept. Accepting on behalf of Reverend John Ellis is Bill Ennis. Where's Bill? Oh, that's you. You declined for John. Okay. And, you know, here's the citation. And, Bill, you're lucky you get a bad picture of me in the front of the citation. But congratulations and thank you. So congratulations, thanks. We hope you have at least another 100 years.
Good evening. For those of us who have been involved in these things before, understand what confusion it can be when we have a celebration such as this. And to the Honorable Mayor, we are very grateful that you are here with us this evening. I am the vorless, as they called it in those days, or sometimes called the clerk of session. That started back then. I'm still the clerk of session. But I wasn't back then, even though I may look at that time, and some of my consistory and church members may feel that. I first began my duties in the conical church, built in 1680. It was small, but seats were placed around the wall for the men to sit. The ladies They brought their own high-back chairs, and in winter, stoves were used to help keep us warm. Our first minister, the Reverend John Megapolenus, who also preached to the Indians. His brother Samuel and other ministers visit us from time to time to preach, administer the sacraments of Holy Communion, and conduct the special services. And when they were not able to be present, I would lead the worship service. Some things never change. In 1773, due to the growth of our congregation, we had a second church erected. Following the Revolutionary War,
since 1660, when we brought our own chairs to service, up until today, when we bring pots of soup for congregational gatherings, we have served faithfully and lovingly for 350 years. At first, we stood next to our men and watched as they ruled, supervised and dominated the running of the church. As the years progressed, however, our pastors, our husbands, brothers, and sons came to realize that God gave us talents that He wanted us to use.
When our men were absent during wartime, we knitted gloves, socks, scarves. We baked cookies and sent them on. We began taking over the duties in the areas left behind by those who were absent. We kept the prayer vigils, wrote the letters, visited the sick, and sat with those who were grieving. We became the teachers, played piano and organ. We became elders, deacons, and
in 1806, when the Reverend John Corneliuson became pastor of the church, he showed great concern over these families' spiritual welfare and began instructing them in religious matters. Their babies, now being born into freedom, were baptized. Their sons and daughters were being married. When Reverend Brett Cornelius took over the pastorship in 1876, he also openly welcomed and sheltered the families, as well as the...
As time progressed, we began social functions within the church, encouraging families to get together. The practice of having Easter breakfast together was created and continues to this day. Families and friends all join in worship and love in celebrating one of the holiest of church celebrations. Potluck suppers were introduced. At first, dishes like beef stew or a hearty meatloaf were brought to the event. But now, delicacies and essentials, both ethnic and American, are presented with succulent aromas, tempting all to have a taste. But it is the love and friendship that adds to the evening's flavors the most.
Today, the old Bergen Church of Jersey City is an ethnic melting pot. Its members come from Africa, the West Indies, the Philippines, Puerto Rico, Ireland, England, and many states within the United States of America. There is no fear of reprisal for worshiping here. Anyone is welcome. Walk within its hallways. You will feel the antiquity of its warmth and friendship. You will feel the warmth from members' welcome.
I gotta get a breath. The American Civil War took young men from farms, small towns, and cities around the nation and threw them into a cauldron of war, which would temper them for the balance of their lives. Residents of Hudson County were no different. John J. Torphy and his brother Daniel Torphy moved with their parents from Westchester County, New York to Hudson County in 1854. Growing up in Hudson City, the brothers became members of the Bergen Church and worshiped in the same building you do still today.